small communities for founders by founders. I asked Maddie to talk to them and say, hey, are there any good stories that occurred, and to coordinate that with you. And I think we have two of the hosts who are going to talk about the stories occurring in their local chapter.
Yes. And the first one of those is George Colbert. George, Founder Friday host over in Austin, Texas. And George, you are the CEO and co-founder of Albatroz.AI, and that's Albatroz.AI. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jason, Alex. Happy to be here.
I'm sorry, I'm in Austin. I haven't been able to go because the Founder Fridays have fallen when I was traveling, but I will be coming to one. And maybe
Awesome.
we'll do it instead of, we usually coordinate them all on the same Friday so everybody can do it. They all share their photos in the groups, they share it on socials, and then my team likes and retweets and we get to promote the companies. But how many months have you been doing it? Where do you meet? And then maybe tell us about a discussion that's occurred that's been helpful.
Yeah. So I've been the host for the past 3 months. We meet at a bar on the east side. The name escapes me right now. But yeah, so we meet every Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. We've had,
every Friday.
Sorry. Every first Friday of every month, from 4 to 6 p.m. Central Machine Works. That's where it is. 4 to 6 p.m. The idea is, hey, if you're a founder and you want to get together, one of my philosophies is founders learn best from other founders. So especially at the early stage, you might be very strong on the technical side. You might be very strong on the business side. You might come and say, hey, I'm wondering how to approach this aspect of a problem. And so that's what I've been doing. And in terms of good stories, there are two of them. I'm going to go with the first one. It's Joe at Talentway.io. So he's a non-technical founder and he's working on a product. And his key issue was he suspected that the approach to engineering that we're currently doing was not the right way. And as a technical founder, one of the first things we told him was he was absolutely correct. If you let engineers, they will try to over-optimize everything. And, they'll tell you, hey, give me a long list of requirements and then leave me alone for 2 to 3 months while I go build it. And then you can go present it to the customer. And one of the things we reassured him is no, you have to be, even if you're non-technical, confident enough to push back and say, we're not going to get a long list of requirements. We're going to minimize those requirements to exactly what we need to solve that problem at 70% of the way. And then you're going to go back to your customer and say, hey, this is a 70% solution. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so as soon as we talked to him about it, he was, as I said, he already kind of suspected it, but he needed to hear from other technical founders that, yes, your engineer is telling you this because, he's just being an engineer. He wants to overmise, worry about scale in the beginning, and he doesn't need to do that.
So that builds your confidence as a first-time founder.
Yes.
You're hearing it from multiple co-founders. Hey, there is a better way. And it just allowed him to make a better decision. You said you had a second discussion that occurred. Tell us about that one.
Yeah. And so another benefit of learning is also, there's a lot of talk about, founders should be thinking about strategic partnerships, right? And that's one of the best ways to grow. And so myself, I'm a technical founder. I lack a little bit on the distribution side, right? And so I had a founder who showed up, Michael at Twisty.ai. They build AI-generated videos for social media. And, a quick explainer what Albatroz is. Albatroz, we build AI sales agents for the real estate space. So specifically over the phone, email, and social media. So here's the picture, or AI connects to the property's Instagram profile, TikTok, and when people are interested, the AI engages with those people. But as I said, we are a sales conversion. Talking to Michael and Twisty and looking at his videos, I'm like, could a property use this to generate videos to post on their Twitter or Instagram profile? That can be a lead generation thing. And then my AI sales agents can be the lead sales conversion tool. So we got together, we started talking, and realized, yes, this is an opportunity here to bundle our solutions and start offering it here. And so while he was originally a B2C guy, there was an opportunity for us to work together. And on the distribution end, this allows me to say, hey, we have almost you can think of it as a full stack AI marketing solution where you'll use Twisty to generate AI videos for lead generation. And then you'll have Albatroz.AI as an AI sales conversion to engage with the leads. And so that was just one of the two things that I know personally have come out of Founder Fridays. Super excited about it. And
all right. So go to founderfridays.tech and you can sign up for the Austin one. And how many people come each week? What's the range of people coming? Is it 5, 10?
So I hate to admit it, but we've gotten something from 20 to 30, 35 people showing up. All founders though, but I think Austin is unique. There is quite a bit of demand for this. And so, so we've had 20, 30 people. we've tried to split it up between, hey, B2B founders in this section, B2C founders in this. I think Amazon has that policy of like everybody caters around a pizza. So actually, we've gotten a sponsor. We get pizzas, and then we just put them on the table. People get around the pizza. A picture.
I think that assigning people to a table and having a lead on each table is the way to go, because the more people like structure in these things, and you could have just the structure time. Hey, we're going to do our round table and pizza from 3 to 4:30. You got to sit at a table. You got to be on time. You eat a couple of slices. You have a beer or a soda pop. And, the leader goes around the table and keeps some time constraint. Each of the 8 people gets to explain what they're working on, what their problem is for 2 minutes. There's 4 minutes of feedback. That's 6 minutes total. We go to the next person. 6 times 6, 36 minutes. 6 times 7, 42, whatever it is. And you just have a stopwatch, and somebody's the timer. So somebody's the moderator, somebody's the timer. So I really encourage you to put structure on it and then explain how that works with the other leads and the other hosts, so that we help people do that. Do you think people would pay a membership to do this, and would it make them more serious about it? I'm curious.
So I think they would. However, if I cannot share my opinion, I'm a little bit against it, especially for early stage founders. There might be, you might want to throw a barrier or something, right? So like, it's not just the look you lose, that
$5,
$10 maybe. Yeah, that might be fine. And might be way to interpret it. Hey, it's not like we're trying to make money off you here, but it's more like we want to make sure that you're
your seat. Yeah,
exactly. We want to make sure you're committed. And like I think early stage founders, especially when they're, they just launch a product or they're about to launch it. I mean, I've had conversation with founders where they had a product, an idea, but they were not sure if it should be B2B and B2C. And they're asking everybody else, hey, what do you think? I agree with the barrier, but
now what about the vetting to make sure you don't get interlopers in there trying to sell into it? Are you vetting each person who applies and checking their LinkedIn and making sure it's not a service provider or a looky-loo, just somebody who's got nothing to do on a Friday? Or does the River team do that now? How is that working?
So it's a little tough when you have 30 to 40 people coming up, but River just launched a questionnaire. And one of the easiest way to filter is just, hey, are you a founder? And if so, do you have a website? And, maybe if you're very early, you may not have a website, but I think it's kind of key. Like if you're a founder and you're serious and you're trying to build a business, you probably have a website. So show me your website, tell me about your company, and then that should be enough to kind of filter out anybody who's, like you said, just a looky-loo.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the key. Great success. Who became the sponsor of the Austin one? I'm curious if it was a law firm or an accounting firm.
It was actually Bank of California. Shout out to Sophia. Reached out to me. She was like, hey, this is cool. Great. I would love to do it. She bought us all beer and pizza at the last one. So that was pretty cool. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'm asking all the partners to go through the website and to do those sponsorships through River. So make sure they go through River, and then they'll just send you the money. We'll keep track of that. Make sure they get their deliverables. It's kind of like, Alex, in some ways, like TEDx. We want to have some controls, but we want to trust founders to do what's right. And we're going to make no money on it. Like, we're not going to take any of the money, just so you know. We have one person who works on this. And right now, maybe if the sponsorship does become a thing, we'll have her go full time and be the coordinator full time and pay her salary with it. But for now, enjoy the pizza. Thank you, George.
Thank you.